If you're running a small business, this number should scare you. 500,000 views in 3 days on your social media efforts and no single client. Think about that. So I have a client of mine who runs a jewelry business. She sells silver and gold items at pieces. So she did the whole thing. She shot the right videos, the right close-up, the right pan, the right music, all the right things to make a video trend. And guess what? It did trend. She got so many views in such a short period of time. But guess what? No sales. Then you're like, what? This makes no sense. Well, she didn't get many calls. She got calls from people in Lagos. She got calls from people in Dubai. She got calls from people in India. But sadly, no one from around her neighborhood. We were all excited initially because of, once you get that hit, that dopamine hit about your videos going viral, you're doing something right. But then guess what? No clients. What means it's not working the way it's meant to work. You're thinking about your calls you got from somebody somewhere. Like if that surely should translate to somebody seeing me locally, guess what again? Nothing happened. So this is a problem of going viral and how it doesn't help your business. So in this video, we'll go deeply into how going viral isn't as helpful or the best thing for your business. Why are you listening to me? You're listening to me because I help small businesses like you thrive, flourish, and compete online through advanced or specialized digital marketing. Here's the first thing you should know. Going viral is not a strategy. Think about going viral like hitting the lottery. You see a friend or a neighbor who put some little money, bought a lottery ticket, and won some cash. Then you go like, whoa, I can do the same thing. What makes him special? So that he won and I can't win. Well, after doing that, you go clearly buy your tickets and then, well, you know what happens next. You don't win anything. Then you wonder what's going on. But then again, forgetting it's luck, it's lottery. So these social media networks or platforms, they know that people are looking for that viral hit. They know people are looking for that, trying to chase virality. And you as a consumer or you as a user, you understand that going viral would blow up your business, right? Well, not as much. So when you're trying to go viral, it's like trying to hit the lottery, the social media platforms. But this time, it's even worse because there's a weird dealer-addict relationships where the social media platforms is a dealer and you as a content creator are the addict. So once you hit some mild form of virality, once you hit some large form of virality, just in case you go viral, you become excited. You get hit by that dopamine. Boom, like what? This is life. Your phone is vibrating. Your notifications are through the roof. You're getting DMs, you're getting comments. You're like, okay, this is it. So now you're wondering what next. That high you feel because of going viral, you're like, I've cracked the code. I finally figured out social media. Watch me world, here I come. Then your next video, it doesn't perform or doesn't do as well as your last video. Then you go like, okay, wait a moment. Was that luck? Like, no, it wasn't luck. I can do it again. I'm the same person, same equipment, same topic. Then let's talk about it. Same design, then guess what? Nothing. Then here's another problem about being viral that maybe you have never thought about. So many people are now seeing your content. So many people are now seeing your videos or your posts. You're like, okay, cool. But comes the dark side of the internet. Think about the memes. Think about the cruel people behind the keyboards who now unleash on you. You start talking about things that you didn't even think about. Like, look at his hairstyle, look at his shirt. What is he saying? How is he saying it? This is nonsense. You know how people are cruel on the internet? That's another reason why you might not want to go viral. Now here's something to think about. For your business, when you go viral, it doesn't work for you. Ironic, right? You go viral because of a trending video or something that is of shock value or something that is so out there that's not normal that people look at you and go like, okay, wait. It stops people from scrolling. But that's not your business. Your business is not to shock people. Your business is not to come up with something crazy. Your business is not meant to run on trends. Your business should be sustainable, consistent, and patient. There is a second trap. Imagine being a prisoner of your success. Think about it this way. You create viral content, a video, a post, and people resonate with it and people get excited, follow you, get DMs, they buy your products. But here comes the catch. They liked that kind of content, that specific kind of content. It's not what you do, it's just something you do on the side, but people love it, the algorithm loves it, and then you're forced to go like, okay, since this is working for my guys, let me do some more of it. That is cool. But the problem comes when the more you do it, the more you push away from what you're really meant to be doing or really meant to be talking about. You could be having a conversation about something that is fringe from your topic, fringe from your subject, fringe from what you actually deliver. And then that is what people resonate with. And then because of how it worked, you feel like, okay, let me do more of that. But again, you moved away from, you've either moved too left or you've either moved too right, and you're far from your center, and you keep creating content around your fringe things. And that brings a problem like called the authenticity gap. Where does the gap come from? The gap comes from you being so far away from your center and then keeping repeating it, and you're not actually selling what you want, or you're actually not talking about what you really, really want. This becomes a problem for your real clients or your real customers, because they're expecting you to go back to your center and talk about what you really need or what you're really selling. And whenever they come to your content and they find that you've gone back fringe, they go like, this is not for me. So you end up losing out on your real clients or your real customers. Let's talk about how virality works in terms of numbers. You create a post, you create a video content, and then boom, you blow up. You get 500,000 views, 1 million views, 2 million views, 10 million views. It doesn't matter. YouTube Shorts, YouTube Reels, Facebook Reels, Instagram, it doesn't matter, you're big. So now, in a space of 48 hours, you're on a high. Everybody's looking at your content, everybody's talking about you, everybody's like, oh, cool. And then you're happy, right? Then guess what? 48 hours later, bam, 90% drop. That's the problem with going viral. You only hit for a few moments in time. 48, 72 hours maximum. And then your engagement starts tapering off until you go back to your normal. This is really cool if you're doing it for the one time only, but since you're in business, you need consistency, you need to work for a longer period of time. Rather than focusing on that one hit, you can focus on the boring stuff, the unsexy stuff. You can lean on focusing on how to grow your business by small bits. Let's say you want your content to grow by 3%. You want more people to view your content by 3%. You want more engagement. You want more likes. You want more comments. You want more reshares by, let's say, 3%. That sounds extremely boring. That sounds extremely mundane, but it's what grows your business. It's been on record. There are TikTok account holders who have millions and millions of views. And views doesn't mean anything. Views doesn't mean a community. Views doesn't mean engagement. Views doesn't mean an audience. It's just views. So these people, they asked for a meet and greet with their supposed followers or supposed views. They have millions of views. When they do their meet and greet, guess what? Absolutely no one comes. Just maybe 5, maybe 10 people come. And that's people who are really close to them. So they're not the actual viewers on the TikTok app. So yeah, sometimes going viral doesn't mean what you might think it means. You have to balance between reach and resonance. The more people you reach, cool, but you want more resonance so people can come back to you over and over again. So you have your business in your local area. well, Nairobi, Westlands, LA, London, whatever. You're looking at your numbers, you're thinking about how to grow. While going viral, you get to reach, like, let's say, 50,000 new people. But the question is, are those people good clients? No. You're not marketing to everybody, you're not marketing to anybody, you're marketing to a certain set of individuals who fit a certain criteria to be your clients. Number one, they need to have your money. Number two, they may need to be able to access your service. Number three, they must be the right fit for you. So you find 50,000 people randomly across the world. Very few of them fit the criteria. You need people who are around you, who are able to buy from you. So rather than focusing on 50,000 people, let's focus on 500 people. 500 people who you can easily serve. 500 people who can easily call you. 500 people who can be the right suit for your business. You are talking about these 500 people who have a connection to themselves. They go to the same churches, they go to the same movie theaters, they go to the same functions, they do things together. They are a community. They even go to watch sports events together. And then when one of them buys your product and loves everything about it, one of them buys your service, they love everything about you, guess what person is going to do? They're going to preach the gospel. They're going to tell their friends about your business. So somebody who in the 500 who buys from you, and these other people know about you, then they have this validation that one of your clients bought and had a good story and a success story. Like, guess what? Success. And that's how you make your money. You don't need 50,000 random people across the world, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, even China, and no shade to anybody in these places. I'm not saying they're bad people, but I'm just saying they're not your clients. They're not your ideal customer profile. Digital marketing vis-a-vis social media marketing is sometimes a trap. You have to ask yourself a very hard question, like, what do you really own in social media? This is something most of us take for granted until the rug is pulled under our feet. Think about this way. When you go viral, you have so many views, right? You have so many followers, you have so many comments, and you are good, you're happy, you're selling. What happens the next day when your account is taken away from you? Recently, I have a video about TikTok shadow banning one of my clients. That client had 5,000 followers. I know that's not a lot, but they used to make money from them. They were making, like, let's say $2,000 a month from it. So that's extra income for that individual, right? Then guess what happened? Boom, there it goes. The audience went. The algorithm was like, we don't like this account. There you go. Several times I have posted on this platform about my Facebook account being banned for no fault of my own. And then you see, that's went away with my audience. So I've had to start over and over, like 2 or 3 times to build an audience. And then you realize, by the way, you don't own these people. You don't own these connections. The people you own, or the people who have your back, are people where you get their numbers, you get their emails, you get their contacts. Those are people you can always talk to them outside the platform. You can email someone directly, you can call someone directly, you can send them a text, you can send them a WhatsApp. Also, obviously, depending on your data protection rules. But that is your own media, that is your own audience. Also, think about your clients. Anybody who buys from you through the platforms, and they become either repeat customers or they refer your business. Those are people who you own because they have worked with you, they trust you, and they love what you're doing. Going viral means nothing in terms of ownership. There's so many examples of people losing YouTube channels which have millions of followers. There are tons of examples of Facebook pages just disappearing. Oh, and let's not talk about X. I remember what happened to Donald Trump when he was running for election in 2016. Ask why his account. It was brought back later because of how the game changes, but initially he was kicked out of the system and he's kicked out of the game. And he had millions of followers. It even prompted him to open his own new social media business, Truth Social. So you don't own these things. So you always have to think hard about ownership. And virality gives you nothing about ownership. But consistent posting, consistent growth gives you ownership, because the same people who look at your content are the same people who always engage with you, the same people who you already have their contacts, they're already in your pipeline. And you can reach out to them outside the system, either through email, again I said, either through phone calls, either through WhatsApp, or any other medium that helps you reach out to your client. Caveat, if you're selling low ticket items, or if you're selling items that can be bought all over the world, I'm talking about courses, I'm talking about any software program, that one you need millions and millions of views. And that one your aim is to go viral, because you're trying to hit as far and as wide as possible. So the countries that I mentioned earlier, that who are not directly your clients are now your clients: Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, China, Africa. It doesn't matter where, but those are your clients. Those are the people you're looking for. Those are the people you want to get with. And that's why you aim and strive to go viral. That's when you look for trends. You try to jump on trends to be seen, try to do something outrageous, something shocking, something really new. That works for you. Or if you're a brand that serves the country worldwide, the whole world, like I'm talking about Red Bull, I'm talking about Coca-Cola, I'm talking about big brands, ones need to have as much virality as possible, or as much reach as possible, because that's when they're seen and that's in their business model. But flip it. You're going back to your business. You sell products, you sell services. And your services in a year, you can get an income of, let's say, $5,000. Do you need millions of followers? No. Do you need hundreds of followers? No. Do you need thousands of followers? No. You just need 20 clients. From 20 clients, you can make $10,000. Sorry. With 20 clients, you can make $100,000 in a year. Because 20 times 5,000 gives you 100,000. So your business model quickly shifts away from trying to go viral. It shifts specifically to address people who are and who can buy your product or who can buy your service. So if you need sales over 100,000, break it down to 20 people, 30 people, and then you break it down to how much you need from these individuals. And then you realize, I don't need millions of views. You don't need thousands of views. You just need hundreds of views from people who need your product, people who need your service, people who can be serviced by you. And that's the best part. You don't need to go viral at all.